So it is 5 o'clock, 5:30 to be exact. And I just left a P-Funk discussion panel situation, and I had a really good time. It was, I don't know, I like to listen to people talk, so that's something I like to do. But I enjoyed it. And I got some chicken. I got some chicken, and I'm just vibing right now. I had something to say, but now my mind is going to a blank. But I've been feeling good this past week because I was kind of sick last week, so I feel a lot better. And it's crazy, being sick makes you so grateful for when you're not sick, because I really do. I like, every time I'm sick, I be like, I could be doing this, I could be building an empire. And then every time I'm healthy, I'm just rolling and just chilling and just vibing and just living. But I've been hustling, I've been doing what I gotta do, but it's like I gotta do so much, and it's crazy. The older, it's a whole party going on. Nobody told me. I ain't know nothing. But yeah, it's like the older you get, it's like the amount of things you have to worry about is like more. Like, it just gets piled on, and it's like, truthfully, and I'm young, so I don't have. I mean, I have responsibilities, but it's like, I could have much more, and it's like, realistically, even with the responsibilities I have, and looking at the oncoming list of responsibilities I see in my future as I get older, it's like, realistically, no one can keep up with this, and I think I'm really finally starting to understand, like, my parents are just people, because the truth is, it's only 24 hours in a day. Girl, you can only do so much. Like, I even my expectation of how much I should be able to do is unrealistic, because it's like, it's crazy. And it's like, I'll make these long ass to-do lists, like, I'm talking about like 20 plus things, and as I'm writing it down, I'm like, okay, yeah, I could do that, I could do this, I could do this, I could do that, like, I could bust this out in a day, and then the day starts, and I only get like 7 things done on a good day. I get 7 to 10 things done on a good day. But it's like, it's not even I could be better at time management. We all could be, and that's the thing, like, we all could be. But the truth of it is that you cannot do everything in one day. And the amount of responsibilities that just keep coming on to you as you get older, it's like, you're gonna lose your mind, or you're gonna break, or you're gonna have a midlife crisis, or because you're gonna stop one day and be like, wait, where the fuck did time go? It went to all those fucking responsibilities. Oh my god, I just saw 333 as I said that, but literally it goes to all that responsibility that you're just trying to make sure you handle, and then it get handled, but what really matters, or what's really important to you, it gets put on the back burner, or the questions that you really had in life gets put on the back burner, like, and then you wake up one day dissatisfied and unhappy with yourself or your life, and you have a fucking breakdown, or you look up and you're twice your age and you don't know how the fuck you got there. You looked up, you know what I'm saying? You looked up and you was already 40, and it's like, damn, bitch, I was just 21. Like, what are you talking about? Like, but I can't do everything. Oh, back to the list. Yeah, so I'll have like 20 things on the list. On a good day, I'll get 7 to 10 things done. And I'm always left feeling still unproductive, still, bothered with the things I feel like I need to do in my mind, and like, kind of like unmotivated, because it's like, oh, I didn't finish this, I didn't do all this. But it's like, you were never gonna do all that, sister. Like, sister, Sister, you said you was gonna go to 2 different grocery stores. Sister, you said you was gonna wash the car, walk the dog. Sister, you said you was gonna cook a pot roast and mac and cheese from scratch. Sister, you said you was gonna post 30 times a day. And then sister, you said you was also gonna go out and get you a little sweet treat. Sister, and then you said, sister, that you was gonna watch 2 movies. And then you said you was gonna work on 2 assignments. Sister, it's already 4 o'clock. Sister, like, you was never gonna do all that, sister. And it'd be like midday, I'm crashing, and I'm like realizing like I'm not gonna be able to do all this. And it's like, oh shit. But as much responsibility as I take, again, more fucking as much responsibility as I take for how much work I get done, I'm also still looking at this never-ending to-do list of responsibilities that I'm never going to be able to completely check off the list, and I'm gonna drive myself crazy trying to do that. I'm gonna lose myself as a person and just become an adult. And I like, that's what we talk about when we say like, oh, I don't want to grow up, and you don't want to become this shell of who you are as a person and just be a functioning adult in society who has a 401k and life insurance but doesn't know anything about themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ever run into those old people and it's like they cannot be alone? Like, they actually, like, not like, you know, they're friendly and extrovert. No, I'm talking about those old people where it's like they would rather sit around somebody they hate than be alone, because they just lose their mind, and they don't have anyone to blame their anger or their sadness or their depression on. So they just start losing their fucking mind. They just have to be around people because they abandoned themselves so long ago. I think this is like a senior citizen party. I'm not gonna lie, because everybody no shade, because I mean it's lit, but everybody look a little older. Everybody look a little older, but I ain't mad at them though. But yeah, like, but something else I have been learning too is that if I don't do shit when I feel like it, or when I not even feel like it, if I don't do shit immediately, I'm still gonna have to do it. I know that sounds so like duh, but it's like just not clicking in my brain. Like, just because I put off doing something, I still gotta do it, and I'm gonna have to play catch up and do some other, cause it's a long list of responsibilities, so you know it's some other shit on there you gotta do. So I'm gonna put this shit off, and then I'm gonna have to catch up because I already gotta do all this other shit, you know. And it's like, I just realized it because, okay, sometimes I like don't hang my clothes back up. You know, like sometimes I'll let my clothes sit in a corner, and I'm always like, oh, I'll just get to it. And I finally put the little pile of clothes up. And it's only been over there for like 2 weeks, you know, but that's a long time. So I finally put the clothes up. It took me like 10 minutes, and I was like, but when I put the clothes up, I was already getting ready to leave, so I had to actually like get ready. I was getting dressed, but the clothes were, for some reason, they were bothering me so bad. Like, I couldn't start getting dressed until I put these clothes up, and it was probably because it was so many clothes, and I really probably needed something from that pile. So I was like, I need to do this first. But while I was putting it up, I'm sitting here like, I'm rushing against the clock because I'm trying to go somewhere, but I'm putting this shit up. But I could have been put this shit up when I didn't have nothing to do. And I kept saying, oh, I'm gonna put it up later, and now it's later, but I'm trying to put it up and do this shit. So I'm just rushing myself, stressing myself out, and I'm stressing myself out. I'm getting mad at other people. I'm stressing myself out. I'm making my own nerves bad. Like, that's crazy. I remember I was talking to somebody, and they was talking about how they was talking about how I will put on, like, I'll put something on the TV and then like cut it down, but it's low, you can hear it, and then I'll go on my phone and scroll, and then I'll put on music, and they was like, you just be overstimulating yourself. And I was like, I do, like, I am kind of just putting a whole bunch of just chaos around me. And then I stopped and I thought about it. This was like, we talked about this a year ago. I thought about it. I was like, oh, I create all this chaos around me to reflect my childhood or how I felt as a child. So even though like I'm living on my own and it's peaceful, it's nothing, it's nothing going on. It's not a bunch of people or just family dynamics going on, and it could be dead silent. And I'll turn some music on, cut a movie on, cut this on. I'll cut all this shit on to kind of overstimulate me, and and then react to this overstimulation I've caused, as if somebody bothering me or the universe hating me or all this shit. And you know what's crazy? Once I realized I did that in myself, I started to see it in others. And that's why I don't be feeling like bad about talking about my feelings. Like y'all, like not y'all, but people try to shame people into talking about how they feel and call them lame and corny and all this for being vulnerable. But the reason I can see through a lot of bullshit is because I saw through my own. I know other people learn in other ways, but how I learned, where I get my wits from, is seeing the faults in myself. So of course I can see them in you, because I do the same thing, or I did the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I used to act like that, but you don't know why I could see that in you, because you haven't acknowledged that you do that. So because you haven't acknowledged that you do it, you think you don't do it, but you do it subconsciously, which is why you get mad that somebody can see it in you or point it out in you, because that's how you are. And again, the reason I'm saying this is because I get mad when somebody can point out something about me. It's the same shit, bro. Know yourself. That's it. You know yourself, you know all. You know yourself, you know the universe. It's that simple. It's actually not fucking rocket science. It's not rocket science. And like, I'm tired of trying to make all of this deep occult wisdom I've been given seem so deep, and it's not. It's actually very simple. A child can understand it. Do unto others as you want done unto you. Know yourself. You know all. I am that I am. That's it. It's not no. But anyways, I noticed that once I noticed that I would overstimulate myself and then use it to react to people in a certain way or to get my rocks off emotionally, I realized how other people do it to me. Like I was on the phone, and no, I'm not going to use that example. I'm going to use this example. I'm not even going to use a real example. I'm going to use a fake example. So you know how sometimes people will make you attack them, or if they can't just outwardly provoke you enough to attack them, they will just continue to try to push you until you give them some sort of negative response so that they can say, look how you're treating me. I'm gonna say that again. Certain people will just try to get you to attack them, and if you are just a calm person, or that's not the time you're on, they will continue to provoke you until you at least speak to them negatively, or have to be firm with them, because they just will not stop. And they will use you having to be firm and stand in your own 2 feet and be like, stop whatever you're doing to me. They'll use that reaction as a justification to either go off on you or you're being mean to them. Whole time they are creating a whole situation, and they're just putting you in the cast. They're creating a whole production right now. Literally, like they're orchestrating a whole production right now, and you just happen to be one of the cast members. It's nothing personal. This is just the role they gave you. It's like if you was in a play and that's what you got casted for. It's nothing personal, babes. That's just the role you got. Or maybe that's the role you picked. But that's why I feel like I don't know, that's why I feel like we not all really living though. Like, I know people real, but sometimes I don't feel like people are real. Like, because I'm getting too I'm finna go somewhere else with it. I'm not even gonna go there. But yeah, I don't know how I got to that topic, of that. But yeah, I can't even remember what I first started talking about, so I think it's time to end it because I'm too far gone. Like